another day of making video consistently. I still haven't counted the video yet. Okay. So I had a job today at 7 a.m. and at the other place, and so I had to wake up at 6 o'clock, for which I prepared 3 alarms, and so I wanted to check as well. It was to let my mind feel like I have slept a lot by keeping 3 alarms, and at the same time it was to check if I would wake up by 3 hours of sleep or not. So I think the first one was 3.5 hours. I didn't wake. So this morning, the second alarm I woke up, third alarm I woke up, but the first alarm I didn't even realize. So the earlier days when I slept for 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, when I felt like the alarm didn't go on, I think I didn't notice my alarm as today. So this morning I woke up 6 o'clock, done my things, and then I went to my job. And while I was going to the job, I didn't listen to any music or anything, because it kind of influenced me in the way I don't want, and the taste of my music right now is in a kind of in the way that I don't want it. That's why I didn't listen to any music at all. Or I was thinking of listening to some podcasts or stuff, but I said no, not at the moment. And went to the job straight. So while I'm going to the job, the only thing that so yesterday before I slept, there is one point that I think thought that struck my mind, and it was, I don't know if it's real or not, but when I realized that thought, it kind of makes sense. Like, when I'm putting my body as a vessel, then I never exist. The only thing that exists is a part of me, which I choose, or which I allow to exist in that vessel. Like, when there's a glass or any cup, I can put water into it, I can put juice into it, I can put soup into it, I can put different kind of water or different kind of cordial, or I can make any kind of drink in it. The only thing that never changes is the cup or the glass. The only thing that changes is the thing that we put inside it. So if I looked my body as a vessel, or as a cup, or as a glass, the vessel, it never changes. It has a definite, it has a fixed purpose of being as a vessel. So what I put into it, my emotions, my personalities, or any kind of stuff that I choose to put it into it. Like, when I'm angry, when I'm angry, the part of me that shows anger reside on that vessel. When I'm sad, the part of me that has the feature of sadness reside on that vessel. And whatever the part that I allow reside on that vessel, and it changes the vessel as I put as whatever I put into it, like a glass of water, a glass of juice, a glass of cordial, a glass of wine. The glass never changes. The only thing that changes is the thing that we put inside. And when I realize it, as when I had the urges yesterday, the thing that when it struck my mind when I was thinking of the urges. When the urges came into my body, I started to react on it, like shaking my legs and stuff. And that's when I realized, like, I have already let that part of me control the vessel already, because I have reacted it. My leg shaking is a reaction. If I never want that emotion or that feeling or any kind to not be in that vessel, I have to stop pouring that thing into the vessel. Reacting it means I have poured it in already. That's why when I was going to my job, different kind of emotion were struck into my head, like feeling of sadness, feeling of loneliness, and every kind of thing, every kind of emotion. But every time I was thinking of these emotions, I realized that the vessel is there. The only thing that I put it in is the thing that I choose to be in it. Even when I'm sad, even when there's a thought of sadness, when there's a thought of angriness, or the thought of any kind of emotion, if there is in it, the approval for that to decide on that vessel comes from me. And this is one thing that I realized early in the morning. Now, I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know if what I'm saying does make any kind of sense or not. But this is one thing that for me it kind of makes sense. And from here, maybe I can change the way I think and the way I feel. Like, especially today, there were a lot of moments when I was angry, but I was able to let go of those kind of feelings, because these are just thoughts. Even if I let that thought grow for maybe 1 second, or not maybe 3 seconds, 2 seconds, or even 1 second, I will start reacting to it. And when I start reacting on it, then the vessel is occupied by that emotion or that thought. Then I'm influenced by it. So to prevent that from happening is, as the first step would be awareness. When the thought comes into your brain, just observe it and let it go. Instead of when the thought of anger comes into my brain, instead of thinking, oh, this happened to me, I can just observe it and let it go. Like, not even reacting to it, not even changing my facial expression. Even when when it strikes into your head, into your heart, like when your heart kind of feels sank or something like that, you are already in it. The vessel has occupied by that emotion already. But even if I'm aware of it, just realizing it today I won't be able to make any kind of difference, because this kind of practice takes a lot of time. But as I realize it, as I'm aware of it, now maybe I can take some steps for that. So that's what I was doing throughout the whole day, trying to empty my vessel as much as I can, trying to let go of the thoughts, whatever the thoughts come into my brain, as much as I can. That's what I was practicing today, and maybe it will lead to something. Anyway, comparison, everything, every kind of thing are just thoughts. Insecurities, each and every kind of trigger are all just thoughts. And while I was working in there, at one point it struck into me, like, if the thoughts can occupy the vessel by itself, then, because the thoughts, when I react to it, then only the thoughts gonna reside the vessel. But if I choose what thoughts can reside my vessel, then it will lead to a different perspective. Like, I would freely be able to control my emotion. I would freely be able to control what are in my control, if I am able to master this kind of thing. But let's see, because this is just a practice and this is just day one for this. I'm still going on it, and let's see what happens next. So there were times when there was this guy, well, thinking about it, it doesn't even matter, because that guy's mind doesn't even work. And he was saying so many disgusting things to me, but I didn't. One time I reacted, and second time I was just sitting there looking into him, listening to each and everything he said. But I thought that I wasn't even reacting, but I was already in the loop of that thought, the thought of being not good enough, the thought of inferiority, the thought of insecurity. And when he said all those kind of things, I said, I was telling myself that it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me whatever he's saying. But I was already in the thought of sadness, and the sadness, the emotion of sadness was already in the vessel, and I started to kind of feel sad. After me, I think it took me 5 minutes to be aware of what was happening to me, but I was able to let go of it, and this is one thing that I'm happy about. Holy shit, this way is closed. Shoot. Anyway, after that, I finished my job. I came to another job, started working in there. In another job, there was nothing that was like out of bounds. I was in my mood, and everything went alright. And now I'm coming home. I've decided that I'm gonna cook some food, have some shower, then go to sleep. And I got another job tomorrow, and yeah, I'm pretty occupied for the next day as well. So yeah, and that's all. pretty much I'm very happy and very grateful for this day, especially that experience, that I would say a realization that came into my brain this morning. Actually, it came yesterday night, but whatever I was able to realize today, I'm really happy for that. Like, it kind of gave me a new kind of perspective that I haven't been able to look into. So for this thing I'm very, very happy. And yeah, that's all. Grateful for the day, grateful for this emotion, grateful for this experience, and I'm hoping that I will be able to experience more of this kind of experience and emotions. And yeah, that's all. At the end of the day, everything went fine. To be able to live and experience all this emotion is a happiness, is a heaven, a paradise. And yeah, if I had never come out of that comfort zone, I would have never been able to experience all this kind of thing. But I have experienced these many things. I'm really happy about it. Yeah, that's all. I don't know how it will turn out tomorrow, but